held me back when I tried to move on from your life. So you stole my life for clarity.
Good day, guys. How are you guys going? It's a new day today. Good afternoon, everyone. Time check is around 6 p.m. It's Tuesday afternoon, but still bright. Yeah, it's All Souls Day today, so don't forget to pray for our departed brothers and sisters. Pray for all of them, and not just during All Saints and All Souls Day, but if possible most of the days, because the souls in purgatory still needs our prayers, guys, so that they will be cleansed sooner, quicker, and be in heaven sooner. And I just learned it also that no prayers are wasted. So if your loved ones or relatives are already in heaven, the prayers that were meant for them will be used for other souls. Yeah, as explained by Father Chris Aylar of the Marian priest in the Divine Mercy YouTube channel. Yep, there are a lot of YouTube videos about purgatory, so it's better to watch them to know more about our belief for Catholics about purgatory. And aside from those teachings, I also had an experience, our family had an experience with ghosts, for souls most probably in purgatory. Just remembering that incident when I was a kid about and relating it to the teaching about purgatory. So our grandmother, the soul of our grandmother, went inside the body of our auntie at home. Of course, at first we didn't believe it, but I don't remember the specific details, but we asked the soul that entered the body of our auntie about specific questions that only our grandmother would know, and she was able to answer it. Then afterwards we believed that it was really the spirit of our grandmother that entered her. So we were like doing mano po on the body of our auntie. That was you can say it was possessed, but it wasn't violent, so we were sure that it wasn't like demonic or evil spirit. So then we went, after that incident, we went to the cemetery, to the grave of our grandmother, to pray for her and remember her. And then it didn't happen anymore. Then relating it to the teaching that I recently watched about the explanation of even Father Mike Schmidt of the Ascension Presents YouTube channel. He explained that some spirits or souls in Tagalog make paramdam, or I'm not sure about the English term of that one, but certain souls, he said certain souls do some kind of interruption in the world of the living, just to let us know to pray for them and remember them. And he said that God allows it sometimes, so that the good thing that we would remember and pray for them would be done. Because then I relating to what happened to us when I was a kid, somehow it made sense, and what we did somehow was correct, that we prayed. Probably she needed more prayers to enter heaven or to be purified sooner or quicker. So just wanted to remind you guys to pray for your departed loved ones and all the departed people, not only during November or special occasions, but most importantly, most of the time. Yeah. And yeah, I think there are some guidelines as well of how you can pray for them and not to do it the wrong way, like what they usually do, using the Ouija board, like communicating to them in a two-way manner. Yeah, because that's how, I think they said that's how the devil or the evil spirits might harm us, harm people. And just my personal opinion also, of course it doesn't happen to many of us that certain spirits show, make paramdam to us. Most probably because depends on the people. God doesn't allow it to happen to other people because most probably they won't be able to handle it, or they will still not believe it even if that happens. So maybe it will be useless. Yeah, so yeah, prayer is very important. That's why that's one of actually the important purposes of funerals, not just to remember the dead, but to pray for the soul. We weren't able to go outside the past few days because we weren't feeling well, because we just had our second dose a few days back. So yeah, the day after I took the second dose, didn't feel well. Similar to the symptoms or what I felt during the first dose, but this time I had a fever, because the last time, the first time, it was just like feverish, but now it was really a fever or high temperature, like 39 degrees Celsius. And the same other symptoms like the first dose, such as body aches or feeling weak and a bit of pain in the joints. Look at the flowers over there, beautiful. It's just a bit dark, but yeah, in person it's very beautiful, guys. This is how it looks like. So it was a bit worse compared to the first one, but only slightly. So we just rested at home, slept, and lay in bed, watch Korean novela. I think we finished one Korean novela in just 2 days. For me, it was slightly worse compared to the first dose, and for Day it was the other way around. This one, the second dose, was much better compared to the first one. So it's somehow consistent with what others were saying, that if you had, should I say, severe symptoms on one of the doses, the next one would be not too much already, and vice versa. So today, feeling better now. Seems back to normal. And just to add that, I also had a bit of headache. Yeah, so like what they said, when you take the COVID-19 vaccine, you will probably have some of the symptoms as if you had the COVID, but of course much milder. Yeah, I can just imagine those people who had the real COVID with the severe symptoms. So must be really hard. So I wasn't able to sleep uh, well during the past few days because of that. And yeah, didn't feel that sick for such a long time, and just have to be grateful for those times that you weren't sick. Just looking back how many days I was feeling good and was not sick, just grateful. So just have to wait for a few weeks, about 2 weeks, to be able to join the outside world, because still have to be careful, because they said that the vaccine will still be in full effect only after 1 to 2 weeks after the second dose. So we're not taking any huge risk. But yeah, technically we can already join the other east restrictions in New South Wales and even in other areas or countries. And yeah, you can even travel outside Australia already. So yep, and good news for Australia. I think they are really opening the borders even to other people without the citizenship or permanent residence status. So I think they will start in Singapore by November 21. So it will be open for tourists. So they're easing bit by bit. So good news for those people who want to go to Australia outside the citizens and permanent residents. Plus, more restrictions are being removed. So by next week, November 8th, there will be no limit to home visitors and to cinemas and theaters and stadiums. And social distancing will be reduced to basically 2 square meters per person. So yeah, at least for fully vaccinated people here in New South Wales. And for unvaccinated people, they will be able to join us by December 15. So keep praying, guys. Keep being hopeful. Keep praying for yourselves, your family, loved ones, other people, especially those who are having a hard time right now. By the way, I have another fun fact for you guys. Did you know that here, whenever there are people who die, especially through accidents, they will lay flowers on the spot where that person died, not really on the grave or the cemetery. If I'm not mistaken, even during like the death anniversaries, they will still lay flowers on the spot where that person died, not really on the grave. Or maybe I just remembered incorrectly. But yeah, definitely when it's just recent, they will put flowers on the spot where that person died, not on the burial place or on the grave after it was buried. So yeah, just wanted to share that interesting practice also here in Australia.